Welcome to the Asbestos Knowledge Empire.
What does asbestos management mean to you?
I used to really struggle with the asbestos management at my site, but now it's a breeze.
It used to be really expensive. I was paying loads, but now I've got my asbestos power team in place. It's so much easier.
Asbestos can be a pain in the arse if not handled right.
We had to stop the job because asbestos was discovered. Now we don't have that problem.
Asbestos management is easier than you think. Asbestos management. Be proactive, not reactive. Think about asbestos first, not last.
And now your hosts, best-selling authors and asbestos experts, Ian Stone and Neil Munro.
Welcome to the Asbestos Knowledge Empire. My name's Neil Munro.
And I'm Ian Stone.
So today we're talking about a news piece that we saw, and it detailed the US has kind of increased its import of asbestos.
Yeah, and the news report says it significantly increased it. An estimated 300 metric tonnes of raw chrysotile asbestos was imported into the US in 2020. That's mad.
Yeah, there's a few things there, isn't there? Because if we take 2020 as a year,
a really good year.
Yeah, the world kind of stopped.
Yes,
didn't it?
Yeah, very good point. COVID hit the entire world.
So manufacturing. Yeah, we're still in it, kind of, aren't we? But the manufacturing kind of industries had to stop or slow down, or consumers everything stopped. So to have an increase in asbestos intake and usage, importation, blows my mind, really.
Yeah, it is a bit bizarre.
So yeah, the US is kind of is still using asbestos, and actually, if you look at the importation figures for the last 10 years. Yeah, okay, there has been a decline. However, it has kind of fluctuated. And to see this almost doubling from the previous year, so from 2019, the figure's almost doubling the importation.
Yeah, it's... 2012 was the highest year, looking at nearly 1,700 tonnes. 2019 was the lowest at 172 tonnes. And then 2020, a nice round 300 they imported. Now, for me, it's not just that figure, because when you think about 300 tonnes of raw chrysotile, I mean, that's an astonishing amount of raw asbestos. I don't know how many trucks it would take to deliver 300 tonnes of that. But for me, it's what those 300 tonnes then do. Because it's not going to be, there's 300 tonnes of asbestos and now there's 300 tonnes of asbestos material. That stuff would have gone into thousands and thousands worth of tonnes of other products.
Yeah, to be used across the whole country.
Yeah.
Obviously, the US is a little bit different to the UK in regards to local laws and states. I'm not 100% sure, if it is across all states that the usage of asbestos is still a possibility. But yeah, like you said, the amount of kind of construction materials or other materials that would be created from those raw asbestos fibre would be thousands, and if not into the millions.
Yeah, I mean, in the article it talks about the stuff it would be using, so friction products, rubber sheets, gaskets, brake blocks, all those things that we...
But if you take those, from a percentage
yeah, they
point
have
of view,
a really tiny amount of asbestos in, don't they?
Yeah.
So you're going to have thousands upon thousands. I mean, possibly even into the millions of products.
Yeah.
In individual parts that are going to go off and be installed in cars, homes, offices, wherever.
Yeah. And the ironic sort of point in this article that we read is within the same article, they're still stating that the US Environmental Protection Agency is still looking and is still quoting that there's unreasonable risks to human health with the manufacture of these products still entering in the country. So it's not like it's an unknown.
No, exactly.
The amount of evidence across the whole world, and asbestos use is on the increase in kind of what we'd say used to be third, up and coming countries, developing countries. But to take it from the US, which we look at the US as kind of on par with our kind of our background policies, on par with them, and to kind of they're still using it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It is, definitely. And the worrying thing for me with this is, obviously, we've brokered trade deals, we're brokering more trade deals since Brexit, all the rest of it.
What does this mean for us?
Exactly, because what does it mean for us? Because our buyers are going to be able to go out and buy and tariff-free and all that stuff. And are they going to be looking at those things? Because like you said, I think the common...
We're the little cousin, aren't we, after the US?
Yeah.
They've got the massive buying power, haven't they? You know, massive economy.
They have. And like you said, I think the thing is that everybody sees the West as at the forefront of health and safety and things like that. And like you said, that's how people view the UK. They view America to a certain degree in that same light. And anybody going out to buy and to purchase things to ship over to use here in our industries, are they going to be thinking that? Because, I mean, we know definitively in the East, they produce asbestos products, and if it's got less than 10% asbestos in, they class it as asbestos-free, they stamp it as asbestos-free. I've heard similar things from Mexico going into the States as well, less than 10% asbestos-free. So, again, we're entering a new trade era with these countries, and the buyers simply aren't going to know. And us as a country could be importing thousands upon thousands of asbestos products, which...
Accidentally, probably.
Accidentally, definitely. But us as a country, it's like, well, we've banned that. And I just hope everybody does their due diligence properly and efficiently, because when you've got a country like America upping their total ton usage, well, they don't just use it domestically, they're going to be shipping those things worldwide. And we are one of the countries that are going to be buying from them and are going to be...
Well, we're sitting with our cap out, cap in hand, aren't we, really? It's a scary thought. Obviously, the UK has got a strong history with health and safety, and, we're at the forefront of health and safety across the world. We really did pioneer it, and let's just hope that has been pushed to the top of the agenda and prioritised in these trade deals.
I mean, that's the other thing with it. It's so the US have doubled their usage up to 300 tonnes. Well, what about the developing countries that are shipping the rest of it in? How much more of asbestos have they used? Has it gone up? It doesn't say where they've shipped it in from, which is a shame because I would like to know that. But yeah, I don't know. It still blows my mind every single day. In the asbestos industry, something is still blowing my mind, and this was the kind of latest one that we saw, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. I think Russia still remains the biggest producer of asbestos in the world, but yeah, let's see where kind of China sort of ends up with using and producing asbestos in this, this current climate. But I hope you found that useful. Remember, asbestos first, not last.